my dears. So today, the idea is to start out starting a tiny bit with Godot before we get going with the actual work today. So I've just to learn a little bit about this. I've been making like a smaller version of a smaller version of Hellas of the Demons. Like I've been just exploring that a little bit. See if could I've done that in Godot, for example. How do I do getters here? I don't know how to do this. I can make it a function, I guess. I don't need those. Let's see here. Can dash is dashing, blah blah blah. This I don't need. Input is button is action pressed. Jump. Did it like that's a little broken, but otherwise it's pretty cool that it just gets those values I've set up in this. Jump has been released. Jump. Maybe I should call this jump is pressed instead. Or yeah. So if I want to dash, I want to do a similar thing. Remember that for why does it do that? That's weird. It auto completes it totally wrong. What? Ah. Can dashing? Last dash is time. Velocity dot x equals c. Well, I guess we should do direction times dash show velocity. None of that, and then if is dashing, velocity y equals 0, and also velocity dot x plus equals direction times dash acceleration times delta. Also, we shouldn't be able to jump. Yeah, we can jump, but then we should like cancel the dash or something. But we shouldn't be able to move if we are dashing. This should be later. Starts to become like a little bit unwieldy, this class here. Okay, let's see if we can make ourselves dash then. Doesn't work. So why is that? This should be using sins. Lost dash instead. Hello Hadouk, how are you doing? Can dash, this should be if it's larger than this. Yes, maybe that solves it. Yes, it works! Boom! It's a little bit... a little bit slow. Let's make it a little bit faster to start and then acceleration much higher. Try again. That's a little bit... it's probably about the right speed, but it's too... too long, high duration. Let's try this. And then we're gonna have to add some particles. To dog? Oh no! It does sound like crap. God 2? Godot? Oh, okay. Okay, got it. Godot. So now we have a dash. Whoop. You can shoot our shurikens, or we could if I didn't know which button to press. Thought I put that C. Yes. That doesn't work if I'm holding that key. Okay. But it's practically Hellas of the Demons now. You can dash and everything. Cool. Let's add a little particle system here. For the dash. Don't have that. Particles, and then we just do like process material, new particles material, and then we have something happening. Let's just say very little gravity, and then a little bit of color ramping, which fades it out. Let's say it needs to be 128, probably less. And then we can like say, want it to go from white to white, but white, and then fully fade it out. Oh no. Sphere radius of like a little more. Okay, let's try that. You can see just a tiny bit of particle around the feet there. No good. It needs to be give some speed. Spread 100. 80. Give it a little bit of velocity. Why is it not showing up? I don't get it. It looks correct here, but I guess it's gonna be okay. Once we do this. Pull this down a little bit so it's like in the reds. I want a little bit more initial velocity here. Can I? That's about right. Now we just move this to be here. And then it's gonna work, but we gotta turn it on and off depending on if we are dashing. Oh, and it needs to be in world space too. Where did I set that? I've done it. Local coords off. There we go. Yeah, this is Godot is other demons. Look, we have a nice little trail now. I was intending this to be the dash trail. So let's call this the dash trail. Oh, also, I do this in the wrong place. I actually want to cut that out. Go into the player and put it there. I haven't figured out how to do this. Call this dash trail, and then we're gonna do like off, and then edit the script. And I've seen some thing where they. Where's my? Oh, pressing the wrong button. Here we go. They use some $sign or something to get like the dash trail, but I don't know. So we can get like dash trail, particles 2D, get node dash trail or something. And then we can do somewhere down here. Guess we do it by the dash. Dash trail dot emitting equals is dashing. So in theory, it should be now then working. Just messing around. See, it works. Whoop! We got the particles. We got like 5 more minutes of this. I think we should have more particles, and they should be bigger and going down, like in size. Material, no. Process material. Scale. Scale 3. Scale curve. New curve texture. 28 is well enough, and then we just do this. Right. Yep. The texture needs to probably fade faster if it's gonna be looking good. So it's supposed to be able to to update. I think it updated. You can also check the color again here where that go. Here we go. And then we can move this over so it's brighter. And I could say go fully white, but only for a split second here. This UI is a little bit fiddly. Like, I want to click that to edit the color, but I think I have to double click or something. Is there a, like, I think, I don't even know. Let's see if this is actually updating. Yeah, it is. I don't have a way to shoot while I'm holding my arrow keys. So, bad mapping on my part. Here we go. But it does feel pretty good. And I got proc gen levels. And I just adore Godot now. It's nice. Could be bigger by the start, like 5 maybe. Yeah, it's I think it's pretty neat. I haven't used Godot much. This is like after just a couple of hours. This is the first thing I ever make in Godot, and it's... I think that white is a little bit too much. Let's get rid of that. Modulate. Oops. Lifespan could be shorter. I wonder if there's a good way of getting just copying the sprite that the player was at on all those frames. Yeah, it is actually annoying now with the way Unity does things. Like, you saw how easy it was to read a key. Input is action pressed dash. In Unity, with the new input system, you gotta kind of do a million things to just read a key, and even that is not easy. And there's 2 different ways of doing it, and it doesn't work. I've noticed a few things with Godot that maybe feel a little bit inconvenient. But most of it is just strictly better. This is me doing this after, like, yes, I know how to code. I've done like say 5 hours of Python before, but GDScript is so nice. Like the syntax on ready, so I don't have to like do that in the start function or whatever it would be called here. Underscore ready. This one. The singleton system is just nice. Everything is just more streamlined and less. Yeah. No, absolutely not. I would have, if I didn't check tutorials on how GDScript looks and works, I would have definitely just gone C# and thought that would be a good idea. I don't think I'm going back. I don't think I would run C# in Godot. I'm not sure. I shouldn't say that so strongly. I don't see, for the things I want to do here, I don't see a need to use C#, and it's probably just gonna be a few more brackets and There is something like this. I think it's just an attribute they put on things in C Sharp, but I haven't checked it out. But there's a few things, like I cannot refer to another scene using a type. So my particles, if I go to where I instantiate the particles, I have to make sure that it has the right type when I instantiate it. Otherwise, it won't work. I don't know about the bracket. Yeah, maybe brackets would have been more my thing, but this is pretty readable. The only problem I've had with not using brackets is sometimes, for some reason, I get like spaces interspersed with tabs, and you gotta be using only one indentation sign. Anyway, I think that's what where we'll stop for the Godot part of the stream. Maybe we'll do more. I like how easy it was to get the movement going. It was pretty much just 10 minutes to get this feeling great. Auto tile map, I didn't understand it at first, but once I got it, it was so easy to set up. The interface for it was like, it's a little bit unpolished, but the functionality is really great. Much less jank than Unity on Mac, at least. Where is it? I wanted to start up window. Here it is. Set it to be like 1920 by 1080 on this screen. Making a full screen shader compared to Unity, like, check this out. I just wanna show you. So what before we go on. So I do have a full screen quad. I just put it here and made it not follow the camera around, so it's like big enough. And it is moving with the camera, I think. So just set this up, and then a color rect with the material. Here's my dithering shader. This is the thing that creates the dithering and the color mapping. That's like all the custom code needed to make the screen space shader. In Unity, let's compare. Let's take a look at what we need to make a full screen shader in where is my ropes? Here we go. Let's go to if I want to add a URP screen space shader, I can't just add a shader. I guess I could probably just make a shader and put a quad in front of it. That would be probably easier. But you gotta have this code to draw the shader, and then you gotta write the shader. And then you're gonna add it to where's Unity? Did I close it? Probably not. Here we go. And then you gotta have a one of these, like, I can't do it in post-processing because there's no interface to do that. There's no like way to do this in URP from what I can tell. So I gotta add it as like a custom render step to get my rim shader going. And then we have my material, which has all these properties. It's got sub shader. It's got these declarations of different things, and this does, because this work you would do in the same. Sometimes Unity has reversed C. I'm not sure why. And then comparing it to the shade is like there's no boilerplate. It's just like these values are here. I can hint them as colors if I want to show them as colors in the interface, and then I just do it. Hey Rabs. Yeah, GDScript is a lot slower, but does it matter? Because so let's just take a look at not that level. Here's where I generate my level. I iterate through a whole bunch of things, and I set the cells, and then I update the auto tiling in the level generation in Godot. Doing that in C# or in Unity in C# with the tile map system is super slow for no reason. I haven't done it in a while. Maybe they fixed it, but it's like you can't like procedurally update the tile map in a fast way. So it like creates a game object for every tile, and I don't understand why it needs to be that slow. So the things I don't like so far about Godot, let's just go there. So let's take a look at the tile map here, for example. There's no way for me to, or I should rephrase that. There's no easy way for me to have a to have a button in here. Like I don't think I can extend this editor in a good way. That's something I use in Unity all of the time. So the workaround right now is to, unless I want to write a plugin, which I don't want to do, that would be bad. So what I have to do now is like change the seed and then press regenerate. And regenerate is a bool that we listen for when it so it does work. But I gotta do it in 2 steps. Unless I do something like, and this is also like a little bit janky. There's no, in Unity you can say, define your own inspector, and then you would say like begin change check and end change check, and it will check for everything that you're doing there. When anything has changed, you can run some code. In here, I can do things like set it as a tool, which makes the code run every frame, and then I can do something like, if I'm in the editor and regenerate is set to true, I can set regenerate to false and then generate the tile map. I can also do like, I had this before. So if regenerate or lost seed not equals whatever seed is RNG seed is, I will set lost seed to be RNG seed, and then do that. So that would make it so that I can, whoops, that's Unity. Here it is. So now if I change this, come on, it will actually update. And if I were to do this in Unity with the what's it called, the built-in tile map, it would actually be pretty slow. This is super fast. Even though I'm doing it in a very unoptimized way. I'm setting each of these tiles one by one, and I'm writing my own like more or less blitting methods to change that. Gorger. Now my question is, what is a big game? For example, I want to make something like Stardew Don't Starve. Would you be a big game? You can definitely, like, I don't know, like from a GD script performance standpoint, you could make any of those games, I would say. For sure. And it probably would be easier than in Unity, I would say, at this point. If you're not like super invested and know everything about Unity. But I want to use this for a full project. I don't know. We could do some performance checks, but at this point, like, I don't care that much. But now, so now I can drag this. This is also like a UI thing. If I want to drag this, I cannot like drag it up and down. It's only sideways, which feels weird with the buttons like this. Also, if I want to drag sideways to kind of select this text, I click in it and then I drag. That works. But I cannot like click to select like you would in any other text editor. So you gotta like click and then drag and then hope for the best. Whoops. Some parts of the UI feels a little bit weird to me, but I think that's mostly just me not knowing what I'm doing or like not being used to it. So here's how you set up auto tiling. That was super nice, and it just took me. Here is also another thing, like you cannot scroll here. Scrolling does nothing. You gotta press these buttons. Why the heck is that? That's strange to me. So let's start with setting up the bit masking. This was pretty intuitive. So I just set up a grid of all my tiles, and then I paint in using left and right click these red areas and these blue / checkered areas. As to where I want, or how I want the bit mask to work. So instead of what I usually do, just order them in a bit order. Hello, Pixel Pit. Control scroll. Control scroll goes up and down. That does something at least. Alt scroll also up and down. Shift scroll. Nope. There's no way of zooming in this. In any kind of... Yeah, okay. Control scroll worked. So, sorry. But shouldn't that just be... Because in here, scrolling is just... scrolling up and down. But here, I gotta scroll with control scroll. I don't know. It just feels not quite there. But if you can do control scroll, then maybe I'm off base a little bit. Maybe it's just me that don't understand. But I would rather have zooming in and out than this scroll up and down. I don't know. So I set this up. I just quickly click in where I see that my my tiles have like neighbors or whatever. And then that just works. I can just draw with that thing. So that was pretty nice. What else? Oh yeah, so I can easily do like these special corner pieces that appears there. That was nice. So this is better than the way I usually set this up, and it's intuitive, and I don't have to have a special layout. I can just set it up. Oh, is that true, Jackal? Interesting. I hope, because the next step was not that fun, because the collision setup, if I wanted to add a collision map, let's say I had something here, I have to do collision, click on the one I want to edit, click this to add it to the thing. This usually snaps, so it just means that I don't have snapping on. And then if I make it wrong, gotta remove it. Now I can do that. And then if I want to do another one, I click and then I click here. And I do that one, I click and I do that. And then if I do like miss a little bit and I want to modify it, it turns into a one of these. It probably should stay. Yeah, I don't know. So that's a little bit inconvenience. I got to do that for all of those. What's the state of 4.0? Is it work it? No, you cannot. You can only edit one tile at the same time. I cannot move this one and this one at the same time. Like if I shifted the texture or something, gotta go in, and I cannot move this. It seems I can only move the edges. So I don't know. What's the news about dots? Are they scrapping it? For alpha. Sounds maybe early? I don't know. So far, Godot has been much more stable and feels a lot less janky than the official Unity releases. On Mac, that is. Anyway, we've been talking about this for too long now. We should get back to work. So yesterday we added like a little stair. We fixed up a lot of little things. It's been in active development. Yes, I hope so. 9th of December. Let's see what they're saying. Jumping in here, more detail at the beginning of 2020. We're actively developing dots. Fast, stable, straightforward, enthusiastic, blah blah blah. Ended up rewriting APIs. Start releasing public patches to our packages. 050 2020 LTS 2021. Second one, experimental package to full release. Yeah, that means very little to me, given that the state of Unity. It could some things could just as well have been frickin' alpha. Not earlier. Opt-in way of writing game code that's compatible with the existing Unity architecture. Specific scenarios, type of games that were previously challenging to build in Unity. Okay. Real production samples from the early adopters of dots. We've seen this before. We've seen that before, like several years ago. Simple main thread. Getting entities to release state with the support documentation and learning content experience. You can safely choose the user for your productions. Your current discover. Not all of Unity will have. Okay. Hybrid nature. Okay, so this is more conversion workflows. So it's just you can use entities for parts and game objects for parts, and you can convert game objects to entities. What are people saying? My computer is burning up. I'm not sure why. But yeah, we fixed a lot of things like dots. I don't think I will ever go there. Just saying it. And that it's partly due to it being different to what I'm used to, and it's partly because I don't think it's gonna be something that's easier or beneficial for me to use over game objects in the next several years. It's pretty warm in here, right? Yeah, this is my game. Jekyll, yeah, sure. Link me the 4.0. Thank you. I wonder what's going on. Guess maybe closing down some of my stuff would be good. Like, why is Windows Server using up 60% of a core? Core task 50%. Core audio 19%. Spotify 14. It feels like weird. But Unity is using a lot. I'm not that. Oh, weirded out by, and also like OBS 1.5 cores. Why is it doing that? Yeah, I'm used to broken. Cool. And yes, I realize much of my problems with Unity stems from me wanting to work on a Mac, but since I'm using a product that I'm paying for, that they have they have Mac builds for, it would be. Nah, I'm using a 32 by 9. What it is, 50. It's a 1440p monitor, but it's 32 by 9, so it's like two 1440p 27-inch monitors side by side, but in one. It's super ultra wide. Yeah, 5120 by 1440. Yep. Very cool. So we are on a mission to take this is also very jank right now. Also, like, I should close down Godot, I think. Why doesn't that work now? Goody, save and close. I need every piece of GPU. That feels a little bit smoother. Yes, this is a roguelike. I'll show you. Godot, nothing really. I made a little Hellas of the Demons thing that I'm just trying to learn Godot. I've used it for 6 hours now or something. total. I guess that's a weekends and evenings thing, and I'm really liking it. I was very critical or skeptical, let's say, a while back, but now I'm like, yeah, it's probably gonna be good for at least for smaller projects. This and 2D. I've never used it for 3D yet. Yeah, I'm not really making anything in Godot. I'm just like trying to learn it. Recharge faster. We have this explode dash thing, which annoys me. It's pretty good, but it's yeah. Let's just restart. Let's see here, boomerang. Let's try playing with the boomerang and scythe. It's a pretty fun combo. I'm gonna swap them around. No, I crashed Unity. I'm not sure why. I don't think this is Unity's fault. I think I do something wrong in this particular case. But this was before I had anything equipped. And it doesn't happen always. Is it the boomerang that has some weirdness to it? Okay, restart Unity for the first time today. Yeah, I would. Like most of the crashes in Unity isn't my fault. But this one I think is. Because I'm doing something stupid when I'm swapping spells. Let's try, let's just see if that is actually true. If that is repeatable, then maybe. So now I want to drag this over there to swap those places. Yes, it always crashes. It's very unlikely to be a Unity problem. It's more likely to be an infinite loop on my end. So we need to figure that out. That's our first thing on the menu today. So we got icons in spell bar. Spell bar icon UI. And then we follow the thing. So on drag is there. We do nothing with that at this point. An on end drag. We do think. Oh, actually, let's try another reproducing thing here. My window manager is also not picking up on closed windows. I'm not sure how to fix that. Let's pick up. What did we pick up? We pick up boomerang and scythe. So do boomerang and scythe, and then we have this other way of moving. Let's see if it also crashes if I do this. Yes. So it must be something that comes from. Kill Unity, reboot, or reboot, restart. So the only overlap between dragging and dropping and pressing those buttons would be spells. I've got the swap spells. Oh, look at this. Equip will actually run on spell changed. So we don't need this. Oh, Captain. Now I gotta switch. So I'm using material theme ocean high contrast. I want to use pale night high contrast maybe. Done. Those are the rules. So swap spells. My thinking is something is calling something in a loop somehow. See where this event is used. Find all references. Oh, DV. Today's going okay, I would say. Like we did a little bit on with Godot this just in the morning. And now we're bug fixing a couple of things. This one feels important. So spell list item UI, spell changed. We listen for that. What happens when we change spells? We do something with spell mods, and then we update the UI. And we hook and unhook on spell mod changed. Okay, so I want to do another test. This is also going to crash, most likely. So if we take selector here, no, not selector, spell list, and just disable that component. See if it also crashes. Boomerang, scythe, and then now we can't use spell list. Now we drag and yeah, it still crashes even though that is disabled. Okay. It's nice to have a bug that is this easily reproducible. It is not as nice when Unity crashes every time. Wow, it's looking like it's gonna be a beautiful day out. Come on, boot up. Different colors? Nah, I think I like the color scheme, more or less. I don't necessarily want to change how it looks. Okay, so let's try another way of crashing Unity. If we don't run the update thing, will it still crash? Oh wait, it's gonna be disabled now. Sorry. You're probably right. You're probably right, but I don't know that it... Let's think about that. Let's think about that. So we want to pick up Boomerang and Scythe. And now if we drag, we're not gonna see it update. There's something that's gonna... No, it still crashes. Even without that... strange. Even without the on spell change thing. Okay, this is where we go nuclear. Let's just do nothing in swap spells and see if it actually still crashes. Boomerang. Scythe. Okay, that's good at least. So now I can't crash it if I'm doing nothing. That still works. Costing it. It shouldn't be costing the spell, but I guess it might when I'm clicking. So when I equip the spell, it somehow gets into this thing. So let's say I mean, the only thing that happens when I equip a spell is that I do this and I run the on spell changed thing, and the only thing that uses that is this. No, I also... Or... Spells... This is that function. No, it runs the equip function. Okay. For a spell. And then it sets up spells, damage, parent, and slot. Seems correct to me. Okay, I was looking at the wrong thing first. So this is not this function. It's this function. So let's follow the trail. We go into this, and this is not gonna be... Might be that spell mods change, but I don't think so. So public void equip spells action blah blah, and this just sets up spells, damage, parent, and slot. This does nothing really. It doesn't even trigger the event. This can't do anything. The only thing that can happen is that this runs. And this does nothing, so... None of these are calculated in any way, these should just... Yes. It sure is. I mean, we didn't we do this? And it still, no, it can't. I might be doing something when I'm calling this function. No. So another thing we can test is, does it crash if we do it with other, like if I drag the rail one right now, that does work. It does give me an error. Okay, so now I pick up arcane shards. And now I try to swap those. That works. Okay, so now I pick up boomerang. Now I drag boomerang over there. That works also. And it does seem like it's actually not crashing. There is some kind of error here though. Let's fix that too so we know. Let's actually do it this way. Continue. Change this to do that too. So if I don't run the equip function, the spell is not gonna know which slot it has. So it's not gonna work like it should, but it is running. Let's see if we can get rid of this problem here. So I drag my thing over and it works. And it doesn't crash. Now we grab our... Oh, by the way, so I dash. Dashing works, and I put this here. Dash still works? No? Gotta be clicking. Okay, so what's the... The nub thing is the problem, potentially. Okay, but let's buy the things we did before. So let's do boomerang, scythe, and then it still crashes if I try to swap those two. If I had a debugger, maybe I could pause and see where the code is hanging or something. I have a suspicion. This updates the charges. If false and this, so we not update the charges thing, because there is a while loop here, and maybe it doesn't like do the right thing there. Boot it up again. Unity is getting a lot of exercise booting up, at least, so it should be really fast now. Check out the weather outside. Looks pretty good. It does. It does. Can try that, but let's try this first. So my suspicion is, since I have a while loop, maybe something makes it not work. So let's do boomerang, scythe, and then drag, and it doesn't crash. Okay, we're onto something. We're onto something. So it's not related to, where is it? Spells, action, here. It's not related to this, which is reasonable. So spellbar icon UI has this loop. If we have charges child count not equals charges dot count dot current value. Okay. So if it's less than the value, we add a nub. We should continue after this, I think. So we're not doing, and then if we have too many, we remove a nub. Oh, if the nub is null, we don't remove it. So if we have too many nubs and one of them has been destroyed for some reason, which probably can happen, and it's still like in the list, what we could do is just remove this while loop. And just have this happen over frames instead. First thing we should do is probably move this here. We don't need to do this update for every time we change a nub. So if it is null, we don't remove it, so there will be a difference in yeah, let's do this. Before we do anything, we remove all nulls. I'm not sure when it becomes null. First of all, we remove all of them there. And then I guess the child count can't... Why are we using charges child count and not charge nubs count? Also, we can't have those two at the same time. Do else if. Okay, we remove all the nulls. If we move them, they will, for some reason, they might, yeah. Okay, Let's see if it solved the problem. It could be a skybox, yes. Yeah, it's vet then. Those two. And swap them. No crash! Hooray! And does it work? Like if I add a shard to this? Oh, this is also why it crashes in another way. When I add charges and I replace charges, it used to crash. So now we have 4 slashes instead of 3. You can see it down here. Nice. That one works too. And then let's see that it works with the other one too. Add charges. Put it there. Now we have 2, 3, 4. And then 2. And then we're gonna buy something else and replace those and see that it is removed. Faster recharge here. Now it says 3 there instead. Perfect. And then same with the other one. Max HP. Boom. It's working now. Ooh, this has been a bug that's been bugging me for a while now. And now I know why it happened. Perfect. Let's go. Quick launch, robes, and Apple Silicon. What did I change here? I have no idea. Fix bug with fix infinite loop bug with reordering spells. Cool. Push this. That's good. I've lost many run to this. Remove this from our to-do list then. What is this? Boom. Boom. I mean. Nice. Feeling a lot better today in terms of like not having gone to the gym this morning. Now it's the good kind of, you know, the good kind of, what is it called? Would you get in English like träningsvärk? Like post-workout soreness. Like my Shoulders were really sore yesterday. Oh, freaking spammers. Go away. Right, so we don't have any transitions for height changes now. For the 2 unit height changes, which happens sometimes. See if we can find a seed. See if we can fix this, and then maybe we do this one shouldn't be able to be placed there. So why is it? Also, all these levels are looking pretty similar now. Oh, Zeppelin. They're procedural. There was one. This one has a higher difference in heights. We can fix the heights so that never happens by just choosing to raise something. If we find we have a 2-step height transition. Not that long. I've done a lot of this before. But if there's a difference in height, I could say lower the higher one. Or I could check that I'm not changing the height if it is gonna result in a 2U difference. Okay, we can try that. See if that's gonna work out. Adjust heights. There's a little script that does the difference in heights. And then we say if we can expand here, we need to check that the difference in like all the neighbors of the 2 tile for each var go away. Space key doesn't work. Vec2 utils directions for. We just get all the. Are you serious? So neighbor tile is going to be grid.get PD, and then we're going to do if n tile equals null continue And then we can do like if 2 tile dot height minus n tile dot height mathf abs, it's larger than 1, return false. We would check all the tiles around the thing we want to expand into, because we're doing like a flood fill kind of thing. And if it's if it would result in a height difference, yeah, we got to calculate which height we're going to have. So we should be using from tile height instead, I think. Yes. Okay, let's see what happens with this. Hopefully we would like have one, this one would be moved down. That's my hope. Didn't work. Yes, I did make that game. Yep. I've been programming since the early 90s, but I've been doing like professional game dev, so to speak, in like the last 6 years or so. Before that, I did lots of programming in the web space, front end, a little bit of back end. I've been coding for a long time. So why didn't this work? There's some... Don't expand into... I don't think that is what causes this either. Thank you. If you saw me in real life, if you could see the gray in my beard, you would know that I'm older than that. That's fine. I don't care that much. I'll be 40 next year. Can you imagine? You were 40? 3? Or... I don't know. I don't understand why this doesn't work. It feels like it should work. But it seems also that I was wrong, so... try something else. You remember 40? The thing is, like, I don't have much age anxiety. I am actually pretty healthy for at least for a fat man. So yeah, I don't feel that bad about it. What is this? This is the flood we're doing actually. Okay, we had some untrue assumptions. So what's going on here? Is this actually an island that gets placed, or what is? Why is this doing this? So it's interesting actually to me a little bit. What are your if you want to share, like what's your age range watching this? Oh yeah, I thought. Yeah, back in the early days of Hellas of the Demons, that was actually an NWJS app using Node. Got a 30, 20, 26, 43, 36, 50. We have a winner. 20. Dude, that must have been, yeah, that was a while ago, Todd. You were really young at that time. Another 30. Yeah, it's quite a spread actually. $21. Now we're, yeah, 20 to 50. I wonder if there is a tool in on Twitch to see your viewer. That would be fun to just see if this is representative. Information maybe, statistics. Doesn't seem to be anything in here. Viewers from. Got a 38% overlap with Spios and viewers. That's fun. That's what rating back and forth does. No, I don't see anything. Followers? No. Oh well. I don't know why this happens. I know I can detect it and I can fix it afterwards. I would rather it not happening. So what is probably happening is it picks this one or that one and then it expands. And this one tries to expand, but it doesn't. It's actually a little bit weird because this one shouldn't be able to be placed there because it's surrounded by things. Is there something else I'm not understanding about this particular case? So it should be like ground to, not transitions, it's tiles and it's like one of the blockers. Let's take a look here. Is this tile? Ground 3 requires surround. There we go. That should be fixing part of it. Yeah, now that disappeared. Blood feather? No, not on blood feather. I did play on something that I played on some other servers. I don't have WoW installed on this computer. I could check. Not Marmoset. This is EU, by the way. I don't know. I never had a character called Kebab Skull. Mostly played like a troll shaman, resto shaman mostly, called Growlith. I have a buddy that's called Kebab Djur. In WoW, that is. Not in real life. Okay, back to this. Why do you generate this? How does this happen? So we start off in one of the corners, and then we try to do that. Let's change the code for a second and say the threshold should be 1. Just see how it does. No. I mean in WoW. Oh, look at that. It still generates the same kind of thing even though... Is this thresholding not working? What is this? This is not what I... This is not what it should be. Potentially it should be 0. So if we're going from 0... Okay, this will make a difference. This should make it so that there is no difference in height. It's a shader. It's different now too. It used to be. What the heck? It's still not doing it right. It used to be a shader on the actual geometry, but I've switched it actually back to being a full screen like post shader. Yeah, this is my flood fill method, and it's oh, is this it? Maybe it's something about this, so get rid of that then. But what this is the problem. We set that to -1 and then I realize I'm not making any sense now. See, now it's setting this to -1 and then it wants to expand into here. But it doesn't, for some reason, set this to 2. Okay, so now I know what's happening. So we start here, and then we expand 2 times, and then this one starts here, and then it expands 1 time, from what I can tell. And then we get this. And that's the problem because we don't have a transition between a 2 difference height and 1 difference height. So now we have a good example here. There is a transition there though, so it shouldn't need to be connecting those. Haven't listened to this soundtrack in a while. I still like it. Okay, so if I do occluders, then it's screwing it again. Do I need this? Yeah, potentially we do. But okay, so now it, for some reason, it finds a transition here when it already has a transition there. So why is it 2? It should never be 2. Because what I do is I find all the islands of different heights, and then I go through all the positions and I find the island for each position. I check all the directions, and I don't prune. Like if I didn't prune the transitions, right. Because I don't add all the transitions to this one. So if I did this, we could see it. Oh, I know. I understand what it does now. See if I can understand it or explain it. No! Error! Try again. Doesn't work. What? How is this possible? Now we have transitions in all the places, and then we remove all transitions here. So we only have one transition from one area to another. But this one, or one island, so it is actually 3 islands. So it's like the starting, that's a -1, and then there's a 0, and then there's 1, and this one connects to both of those. And then those are 2 different groups, but it's already connected. There's another way of doing this. And that is to join. Oh, okay. So in this way we find all the transitions. And then we remove. What we could do instead is, as we're finding the islands, we go through all the positions and we do sort of the same thing. We start out the same. So we do this. Oh wait, copy. We can check if it's not, if it's not the same island. If from island equals to island, we continue. Otherwise, we will. It needs to be sort of in a random order for this to work. And we should probably randomize this too. should be a function call. Okay. It's a little bit slower this way, but that should be fine. So we don't build any connections to other ones, but now sometimes we will find a connection. This is where we will add this connection. And then we'll join everything in that island with the previous one. So that's a single island, and then we'll continue this and see if we can find other connections. Now, at that point, we probably need to update random positions too, and restart until all the islands are in the same list of islands. That's what I'm thinking. So we want to create a transition from to. F and T will be correct, and then we'll do like grid height transitions, add transition, and we want to remove the to island from islands. I think that should work, and then we want to add all the nodes. These are just vectors, right? No, there's islands. Okay, that will work. So we do from island dot nodes or positions or whatever. Positions add range island or to island positions. And we need to do this while there is more than one island. From island positions add range to island positions. That should work. Can try it out. Boom. I'm not doing a good job of typing right now. Try that then. Won't you look at that? That also works. So the way this works is that it's kind of whenever it adds a random transition, it adds that, and then it joins those two different height islands into one, and then it just does that for all the positions, which will eventually make it so that everything is connected. But we should not do it if the height difference is 2. We want F tile, and we want T tile. can be like if the islands are this, or the difference is too big. So math f abs distance between f tile height minus t tile height is larger than 1. We just continue. I wonder if it can generate a setup where it's not connected. 11. What's that? 11 ghosts? Bit ghosts? So hopefully what I'll see now is this one gets taken away and this gets turned into a transition. Didn't work. Crap. Why? Because the height difference... I forgot to change a letter. I know, Dragon Spirit, one of these days I'm gonna update that. But soon it's gonna be true again. Ah, look at that! Now we have that thing. Now that works. Cool. Okay. Am I forgetting to clear something here? No? Okay, so what is going on here then? Tell me. It is... This transition goes in the wrong direction. That's what it is. So if this guy were rotated like this and it were placed here and it were that would have worked. That's not how it works. So the reason it always worked before was because I assumed that the transition can only be from lower to higher. That is what I should do now too. So I should remove. So if from tile needs to be lower than from tile needs to be lower, I think, than to tile. Should be easy enough to test. That's the opposite of what I wanted. To be higher than that. There we go. So now those are connected. Let's try more. Do this. It is correct. Still correct, I think. No. Why are there two? Seems like this island and that island shouldn't be connected. They're already connected, so why? So when I find my thing, I should stop doing this. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I've been shitting on Unity a little bit lately. I've been trying out Godot. Just been pretty fun for me. Okay, so the reason why I have 2 stairs here is that this is an actual... This is not connected actually to this. It's in like a... it's a diagonal. So this one is a single lonely island over here. So it's actually this, and then that connection there, it doesn't understand the diagonals. We could take diagonals into account. I'm adding transition, like I have these different layers, and I'm adding transitions between the layers, but I only want one from one connected height layer. I only want one stair to another one, and it should always be like up, so it's a little bit weird sometimes, but it does seem like it's correct now. This is also a little bit unfortunate, because it's covering this up. There is a stair there, right? Yep. It's really hard to tell, but it is a stair. Looks more like how to randomly connect islands, but in a way that it makes sense. That sentence didn't make sense. But this, sorry, here we have another one of those that looks like it's two transitions to the same node, but they're actually 2 different ones. What I could do is say if there's already a transition to a specific node, then I don't add another one. But I'm not sure that's bad. I think this is fine. This is fine. Let's take a look at how it is to play these levels, though. No, I'm just kidding. Arcane charts. Let's go. Let's actually listen to the music in this game for a second. Not my previous one. Have a little bit of... Oh! Am I having... Seems to work. We hard-coded a value. I think that would be good to have Okay, that's the first Unity crash that is not my fault of the day. It took 2 hours, but we've not been using Unity for 2 hours, so less than 2 hours, hour and a half. I'm running 2021 2.5 F1. I have tried 6 F1, which has lower frame rate for some reason. Pick the wrong one. We have some issue here when we're dashing over, when there's not a lot of difference in height, like it is here. I cannot dash from one side to the other, weirdly. I should be able to do that. Also, sometimes I get it stuck inside of the stairs. The dash doesn't take... Let's take a look at that quickly. Library, shop items, spells, dash. Ground mask is ground, and the stairs should be ground too. They should be ground. Stair is on the ground layer, yes. Okay. Then... Then why wouldn't that work? Ah, error. This shouldn't be able to happen. And this should definitely not be able to happen. But why can I sometimes... Oh, the reason this happens is because we no longer check that the distance is higher. So it can be if from tile height... No, not there. Height needs to be larger than this, and... Or if it is... Oh, it's inverted. So it's... If the height... is larger than 1, height difference is larger than 1, then we also do not add the thing there. So now we got to go and click through a whole bunch of these and see that it... doesn't happen. I think we have way too much difference in height in a level right now. Especially this is just complicated and annoying. It looks cool, but it's not very playable. This is more reasonable. This is also a little bit too much, I think. Almost all of them are too much. This looks cool where it's like going like that. Let's go back to playing some music. This is just crazy. We could go back to that occlusion thing that we had before. That should solve a lot of this. Make it flatter. Better. Yeah, this is pretty cool. This is a lot better. Don't want this, do I? Maybe 1 is okay. Let's play with this and see what happens. Double music, chill. I think I need to do something about that. The those don't have height in the colliders. They got really narrow colliders here. Let's make them instead like 1 unit high and then move them so -5. Yeah. Let's see if I can like troll this to... Oh, I can still add... Why is this? Why can I not dash up there? Can I troll them to go under that? There, no, there. Understanding that. Ah! Damn it. We need to have more telegraphing on the shooter enemies. For sure. Hello, Lawrence. So one thing I'm thinking is, maybe I can like, say I have 3, maybe that never works. I want to make it so that you never want to get cornered. And I think a lot of that would be, by making enemies take more damage, or like have more health. Because then you can't kill them as fast and they will have time to kill you instead. Because if that's true, you never want to go out here. Because I think as long as there is no like... Maybe that's okay. Maybe I should support. Can't afford anything. In the early levels, it doesn't matter because you probably want to. Well, if you have a range, shit. I don't know what I... Dance by yourself. That was a bad call. Should I put that on the other one? Dance by yourself. There's the range we wanted. We need to make reroll cost more. I haven't seen much terrain that's really broken. Like it used to be. Like this even works when it's... not really meant to work together. Sacrifice, get the crit chance in there. We should also have bleed on that if we were really cool. Can we? No, but charges is worth it. Charges should be twice as expensive because it's so good. Ah! Broken dash. Don't I have like a Q? Whoop! I don't want to explode dash. But we'll suffer through. Our first broken thing. I could get up there apparently, okay, but enemies cannot, so let's see. So enemies, why? What was that? There's a seed 2181. Let's copy that and see if we can recreate that seed there. We could. Great. So we need to solve this problem. If we didn't have islands, it would have worked. So we could do another pass. We take all of the... We find all the transition after... Like, if I have more than one island after doing this, we take... We gotta kind of... this could be solved by lowering this or heightening that. I mean, it is pretty cool, but we need... Since you can dash up there, it's not that bad, but if you gotta kind of do a specific way. Hey kitty, have you been out? Nope. But it's nice weather out. So... So if I'm down here, actually it is not tricky at all. The problem is I can stand here and enemies can't shoot me. It's actually tricky not to. It looks bad that you dash through, but it's fine. Is the color itching? Yeah, a little bit. I like this angle. So that's good. Can I play with the controller? The controller is not great at this point. Shoots into the ground. We can fix that while we're talking about other things. We just add a vector 3 up here. What we should do is have a really rare this happens sometimes, so what we do is we figure out a way to pick a stair that you can dash up instead. Okay. Probably arcane shards, yes. It's hard to play with the controller. Yes, we have a little bit of loot. Again, that's what it used to be like. I removed it because I wanted a simpler economy. I didn't want things to cost hundreds, but I've since realized that maybe I want them to cost hundreds. I can go for crit. I can also go for max HP. Let's go. One thing with aiming with controller, right now the controller does not aim up if you're aiming at a point where you're higher than the enemies. Could be an issue. I'd say cold touch replaces radius. No, not at all. But maybe range if I could afford it. Okay, never mind. Hard level. Ooh. Oh, next one is a hard level. Hope we get there. Come on. Oh, I ended up inside again. I'm not sure how that happens. What if dash? That's better than radius. What if dash needs, because I think we're moving the player to another layer that maybe is not colliding with, oh, frame rate. There it happened again. Ended up inside of the stair. Yeah, my brother does the audio for this game. Bleed instead of crit. Probably not a great. Yeah, might have been bad. Could almost afford a max HP up there. Would have been good. Should have. Yeah. So yeah, my brother makes a sound and music. Most of the sounds are like remixed versions of both sound pack things. So it's a thing. That radius is not available for Nova. That sucks because now I gotta replace something. I guess cold touch. Gotta fix that. I do the art, yes. This is getting a little bit intense here. But we can handle it. Let's see what we can do. No? Oh, never mind. So Nova can get a lot of upgrades. I think Nova, let's try to add... Nova kills most things, so bleed is not that good, but heal is good, crit is good. So... range... maybe not. Charges cannot be added to no... yeah, it can be added to Nova. That is a really good upgrade. Let's buy that. Faster recharge. Yeah, let's add that too. More charges. Shit. Do we want to actually maybe replace something on this for more charges? Yeah, the radius we change. More max HP is always welcome. I'm gonna buy the bleed. See what happens. Thanks. Thanks. It gets a little bit messy. I'm not gonna lie to you. There ended up inside of the stair. I know what's going on. Let's see if we can figure that out. So I think when we dash, library, shop items, dash, we swap to another layer, I think. Yeah, player dash, and player dash doesn't collide with the right thing. So player dash here does not collide with ground, I would assume. Player dash. There we go. This should solve the problem. Play a little bit more with the controller. I like playing with the controller with the melee weapons, but the buttons are all wrong. So now if I'm like dashing to end up inside of that, I'm not ending up inside of it anymore. Good. Yeah. Next up would be moving this shop into the actual... Oh wait, what do we do? We sacrifice. We buy grenade toss as a secondary. We put this in here. Yeah, put the shop inside of these levels instead of as a thing in between. That was terrible aim. No! My aim is just not up to snuff. We'll buy max HP though. So if we can just spawn this inside of the level, then we would reduce the number of fade outs a little bit, and that would feel better, I would say. And we'll solve the problem that probably should have gone in the other one, come to think of it. Want to go this way and heal? Or go that way and heal? Yeah, I think we should go this way. But we're missing one. Oh, okay, maybe. This transition doesn't look great. That's fine. Missed a lot of money there. Crit chance on this, maybe? Next is a hard level. Stupid. But I should be able to like sacrifice now. Which one do I want it? I want it here, I think. Buy things, sacrifice. Because I'm gonna have a heal, reroll, and buy. Oh, this one is full. This one is not full. So faster recharge on that would be really good. Yes. Max HP. Just get it. Where did all my health go? That was bad. Yeah. Now that's bigger. A faster recharge on the... Or do I replace something? We need more biomes. For sure. I want something lush. Something like a gardens theme or something with lots of flowers. So faster recharge on dash or grenade toss. Another one on grenade toss. Crit multiplier. You go. Ow, that hurt. Starting to get a lot of money here for each level. Don't know that I want anything. Reroll should cost 200, by the way. Faster recharge on the... That's not bad. Charges, though. Replace... Get an additional slash. Remove bleed for another slash. Probably. Okay, let's go. Yeah, I want to do that, but I don't know how. I considered having bombable walls. I don't really want bleed on anything. The dash, adding bleed to dash is not that useful. Replace that with actually explode dash, but more max HP is more worth it. I could pick up Nova just to be able to put in more stuff. Oh, you see that? Whatever. Healing. And then it's hard room time. I think it becomes a little bit messy at this stage. It's like too much shit happening. Oh, I should have gotten more here. Oh, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Ah! Ran into my own shit. Healing! Die. I ended up inside of that. I don't know how that happened. Supposed to kind of fall down or something? Again. Sure. Let's try to get more HP here. I'm not getting any heal. Could you... I don't know what I want to replace, but maybe heal on crit. We got it on other things, so empires made of That's pretty quick. Healing. Actually, we're not that low on health. Trying no idea what's happening. There's something about it. It feels a little bit like floaty. You don't know what's going on. I could like some more HP. I have not signed my soul to Devolver. No. I'm not. I'm going with the publisher. It will all become clear in a while. Again with the yeah, I'll get paid. I don't really want anything now. I should have both charges for the other one there. I'm at max HP now. No idea how I ended up. Just so what? Why is it feeling? I think it's just that it's visually too much, and that maybe the mushrooms are really spamming with the projectiles, and that's like a little bit too much. don't want anything. To keep on. Again, inside there, I'm not sure. Crash! Faster recharge. I cannot replace faster recharge. Crap! Add that to the to-do list. Oh, that's a roller coaster of emotion, Granny. Sorry about that. Question is, food? Should I? Because it feels like we're at a point where it would be good to take a break. I would love to go take a walk, but I have this weird chafe on my inner thigh, which I don't want to become worse. Yeah, I'm gonna take a break. Let's do that. I'm gonna see who we wanna raid here, and then you can come back after lunch. I don't see any reason why I shouldn't be, unless someone messaged me. This game done. I use a VS Code add-on called To Do Plus by Fabio Spampinato. Best name. This looks good. Sorry. Zeke. I don't know that. You'll hang out with Prismatica a bit. That's fine.
I won't be using it for the game, unless it's for like an Easter egg or something.
Gotta love that.
Like I might make little references
Australian
to it,
twang.
like someone playing one of the songs.
Peeps,
on
hugs and kisses. I'll be back in a bit.
maybe
I
using
think. Bye bye.
the songs themselves.